The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus said, "The salt of the earth. But what if salt loses its taste? With what can it be seasoned? It is no longer good for anything but to be thrown out and trampled underfoot. You are the light of the world. A city set on a mountainside cannot be hidden. Nor do they light a lamp and put it under a bushel basket. It is set on a lampstand, where it gives light to all in the house. Just so, your light must shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your heavenly Father." The Gospel of the Lord. It seems that there are a lot of people who believe that you get to heaven by avoiding sin. As long as you're not doing any really bad sins, you're going to get right in. But the gospel passage today isn't saying that. It assumes that a disciple avoids sin. But it also says Christ wants us to do something. And in today's gospel, it's to be the light of the world, to shine forth as an example for others. That's what we're supposed to do. When I was in college, and I had just gone to the seminary, I was home for the summer, and I was happy to have a job and a little money and a little freedom. And one day in that summer, my mother decided that I had too many clothes, too many things. She said, "Your stuff is everywhere. It's in every closet, every cupboard, everywhere." She said, "You've got to decide what you want and what you don't want, what you use and what you don't. Make 2 piles, and then I'll take 1 pile and put it in the bin, the blue bin for St. Vincent de Paul up at church." Well, I thought she was just like, do something, and so I didn't do it, and didn't do it, and didn't do it, and she reminded me a number of times, and then I came home one day, and in the basement was a table, and there was all my clothes in 2 piles. And I said, "Well, what happened?" And she said, "I told you to do that. Now, I helped you. And there's 2 piles there. You decide what's in the stay pile and the go pile." So I should have done it, but it just didn't hit me that this was imperative. And so I didn't do it, I didn't do it, didn't do it. One day I came home and passed that table, and there's only 1 pile. And I said, where are my clothes? And she said, "Some of them are here, and some of them are in the blue bin at church." I said, "But these aren't the ones I wanted." And she said, "Well, I told you that that's what you were supposed to be doing, and you didn't do it. So I did it." I said, "Well, where are my good clothes, the ones I wanted?" She said, "Well, I just did it this afternoon. Go up to church and get it out of the bin." So I thought, so I went up to church, and those bins are odd, but there's that slant in the front. And so I'm not a tall man, never was, but I kind of got in there, and I'm balancing myself, and I can see there's a big bag on the top, and I assumed it was that one. And I'm trying to reach to get it, and I lost my balance, and I fell in. So I'm sloshing around in plastic bags of clothes, and then I hear bang, bang, bang. on the outside of the bin, because I was talking to myself and telling God what I was feeling. And I hear a voice, and I recognize the voice. It's Monsignor Charles Owen Rice, the pastor. Now, I'm a seminarian, and I'm in the St. Vincent de Paul box, sloshing through clothes, and he said, get out of there, young man. Well, so I said, I need some help. So this old pastor, he's probably younger than me, he's helping pull me out of the bin, and he said, I don't even want to know. And he walked away. So I go home, and I was really going to tell my mother what I thought, and she put up her hand, and she said, before you say a word, I think this was a good learning experience for you, because now you know there are consequences for not doing what you're supposed to do. And that's the theme of the gospel. It's not just avoiding sin. You and I are supposed to be the light of the world. At school, when people are gossiping and doing terrible things to one another, what is the light of the world supposed to be doing? At work, when people are gossiping or saying things about other people that aren't true at all, what's the light of the world supposed to do? Or at home, in the family, when tensions are high, what is the light of the world expected to do? It's not just avoiding sin. There are consequences. And when we think about it, and we get to the gates of heaven, and there is Jesus, and we're going to say, I think I'm pretty good. You know, I really didn't do anything. Didn't do anything. And then we're going to hear those words. There are consequences to not doing what I asked you to do. Please stand.